How's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at the fourth and final turtle in the Ninja Elite series. This is Donnie in Disguise, and as you can see, it is inspired by the 1990 movie. And there is Donatello. Around on this side, just a little bit of pictures, a little bit of window. And then on the back it says Ninja Elite Series, Playmates Toys, Ninja Elite action figures. Include all your favorite characters from 1984 to today. Celebrate their many eras with 6-inch action figures, dressed and decorated in detailed outfits and fully articulated to fight evil, with 34 points of articulation. Down here we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Nothing says business casual like a fedora and a trench coat and a shell. The 4 Ninja Turtle brothers, Leo, Raph, Mikey, and Donnie, may be green, but that classic camouflage isn't going to cut it in New York City. When the Foot Clan fills the city streets and news with crime, it's time for the Turtles to sneak out of the sewers and defeat the Shredder, or maybe just to grab some pizza and a movie. Now we know Raphael's the only one here that actually wore the fedora and the trench coat in the movie. But for this line, they went ahead and gave a fedora and a trench coat with each of the 4 turtles. So we're going to go ahead and get Donatello pulled out of the box here and take a closer look. And you don't get a lot in these boxes, no extra bits. It's pretty much just what you see is what you get. So we're going to go ahead and pull him out of this little bit of cardboard. And you can see in the back, we just have like a nighttime New York cityscape. We'll go ahead and pull that off to the side and see, oh, got some stuff falling over. Let's go ahead and clip these bands that we have easy access to. And it looks like there's something on his hand here. And on this hand as well. Some of these bands we got to break. Let's turn them around. Looks like we better cut these ones if we want his legs to come out. And I think that's everything. His hat's probably going to fall off. Yep, the hats always fall off first thing. Oh, and then we do have the classic toe bands. I don't know how I forgot about the toe bands. They've been on every single one of these guys. Go ahead and move that off out of the way and get these toe bands off of here. And then let's see if we can get his little staff in his hand. It looks like it's being a little bit difficult here to actually hold it. There we go. Now if we can just get him to stand up. There he is. Looking good, Donatello. I like the look on his face. He's got that big open mouth smirk going on. He does have a flocked brown fedora, the same that we've seen on the other turtles. So pretty cool. It does have a spot in here to leave room for the bandana. However, these just don't stay on very good at all. In my experience with them, they've all just kind of, you can set it on there, but it'll fall off if you move the character. As you can see, we did get his hands to hold the bow staff. We'll go ahead and now pull the bow staff out of his hands. And we'll take a quick look at Donatello while he is in the trench coat. Pretty cool looking. As you can see, the trench coats are really new looking. I am going to weather up the trench coat. And now that we've gotten Donatello, who is the 4th and final turtle in the set, unboxed, probably going to do that weathering video pretty soon where I show you how I weather the trench coat. And then the only one that's actually going to be wearing the trench coat is going to be Raphael, but I'm going to do a video just showing how to weather it in case that's something that anybody wants to try out. And then with these turtles, I'll have 3 extra trench coats so I could weather them in different ways, or if I mess one up or something like that. Just options. So next thing we got to do is pull the belt off, and we can unclip that. And then we can see the chest area, the bottom tortoise shell of Donatello. I'll go ahead and get these arms pulled out of here. The jackets are on pretty tight, which is good. You don't want it to be too loose falling off of there. But they are a pain to get off. And I end up feeling like I just have to force it. The good thing is, unlike the NECA turtles, not to be bashing on the NECA turtles, because I definitely like the NECA turtles. Come on. This thing is crazy tight on his arm here. There. Unlike the NECA turtles, you can just kind of yank and twist on these ones, because I feel safe that they're not going to just break. Unfortunately, the NECA turtles kind of they seem to be a little more finicky and not as robust as these guys. Come on, Donatello, stand up here for just a second, my friend, and that way I can... There we go. All right, so let me get this trench coat. I can go ahead and just put that sleeve back the way that it was. And we'll throw this bad boy off to the side. So now it is ready to be customized. I'm going to take a quick look at his bow. As you can see, it is bent. If you can't, just unbend it by holding it back in the opposite direction. You can see I'm getting a little white there. You just go ahead and get a cup of hot water and put this in there for a little while, and then you can just kind of straighten it that way, and it won't make these stress marks so bad on there. When it comes to the turtle himself, we'll go ahead and go over his articulation, and he can look to the left, he can look to the right, he can look down pretty good, and he can look up about to right there. Not too bad. His bandana is fixed, it doesn't spin around. He does have a diaphragm cut right here, which allows him to go side to side as well as forward and backwards just a little bit. His arms will go turn. See, you can see the little hinge here. So if you want it to go up higher, then you just want to rotate the arm and then you can bend it up higher. Then he'll wave. He does have a bicep cut right here, which allows his bicep to swivel all the way around. He does have pinned double jointed elbows that are actually pretty good for the turtles. A lot of times these turtles, the double joints don't bend up as well because of the arm pads here. They did a really good job of making it thin in the middle here so that he can get as much bend as possible. When it comes to his wrist, it does turn 360 degrees, and you can articulate it in a little bit and out, but again, his little band on his wrist is kind of blocking it. The fingers will articulate independently, one at a time. You can move those all around to get different grips or poses with the hands. Both arms are going to be the same. As far as the splits, he goes out to about there, so not a super good split, but not a horrible one. He does have a swivel at the hip, that's a ball joint up in there, and then he does, as you can see here, have a thigh cut, so that will spin all the way around. Again, pinned double jointed knees that actually bend pretty well, considering they have this little bit of material or plastic from the knee pad blocking it, or it would go farther. The toe can bend all the way down as well as all the way up, and then you can see that the toes also articulate independently. So as far as customization, as far as moving him about to get him posed up the way that you like, he's got a lot of different poses that you can do with him, and he looks really cool. The facial expression that came on Donatello is pretty great. Looks like we did get some white paint overspray, maybe from the teeth onto the lip right there. Might have to get some alcohol out to remove that. I don't know how well you can see that little fleck right there. It's going to bother me. As far as the eyes go, they might be pointing outwards just a little bit, but they're pretty much looking straight ahead. As we go around to the back of the shell, you can see this is how you're going to take this off if you want to. I don't take these off. I just leave them all set up how they are, and see, now it's not wanting to reach. Exactly why I don't take them off. All right, there it is. And we can take his bow staff Let's see if it'll fit in there. And it actually fits in there really nice. It would have been cool if they would have put it on this strap, just so it kind of would be at an angle instead of just straight up and down. But we'll take it. We'll take it. So there's Donatello. I'm going to go ahead and pull the other turtles out that come from this line. Again, I have removed all of their trench coats, so none of them are going to be wearing the trench coats. Hopefully we can get them all to stand up, though. Leonardo, you were just standing just fine. Then we got Mikey, and as you can see, he does have the nunchucks on his back. I'm going to go ahead and just reposition just a little bit. And then we'll pull in Raph, who I also really like the look on his face. Out of this set here, Raph and Michelangelo are probably my favorite out of the turtles. I like their head sculpts the best. One thing that I did notice about this line that is kind of different than the way most of the turtles have gone, but they're all the exact same color green. A lot of times the turtles will be different shades of green. It's kind of been like that since the original turtles in the late 80s. But because of the 90s movie, the turtles all basically looked the same color green, and I think that's why they made them all the same shade of green here. I don't know if you can see these NECA turtles in the back. I still have to unbox 2 more of those, but they did the same thing. They're the same shade of green. They just have different patterns with spots and shading and stuff. But out of these Playmates Ninja Elite Turtles in Disguise, who's your favorite of the set? As I've become an adult, Michelangelo has kind of become my favorite turtle. Raphael used to be my favorite turtle when I was younger, but I kind of like Mikey now. However, I have to say, out of this line, just as far as which one looks the best, I'm going to have to go with Raphael. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments which of these turtles is your favorite, Raph, Mikey, Donnie, or Leo. And a brief explanation of why, or if you have some sort of attachment to any specific turtle. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, turn the notifications on, tell someone you love them, and have a blessed day. I'll see you guys next time.